Hey all, Noonz here. Welcome back to Noonz Airborne RC. So today is our second installment on the amazing product available at Banana Hobby, the Assan AG63 Pro Anti-Slip Brake Gyro. Now this has the same capabilities as the Assan AG61 gyro, except it has a built-in brake gyro. So what do you say? Let's dive in.
Welcome back everybody. Now we got the bird's eye view. Here you go in its package, the Assan AG63 Pro Brake Gyro. Now let's open this bad boy up. Watch out yourself for those staples. They've gotten me more than once. And there you go. So you have your gyro, aluminum housed. We'll go over that in a minute. You have your extension wires. Goes ahead and comes with 3. And you have your instructions. Let's go ahead and open these up and take a quick look at these. So as you can see here, shows you a quick diagram, color-coded of what gets plugged in where for the nose gyro, the brakes, and your power source. Okay. On the back side of the instructions, right over here, this is the important part we're going to be dealing with, the automatic direction adaptation, and that's if your nose gyro is turning the wrong way or is not working with the gear down. Now back to the gyro. This gyro is just like the AG61, so it does have a nose gyro, but it also has a built-in brake controller. Does not have the built-in leads. That's the reason why it came with the extensions right here. So on this side right here, you have all your inputs and your outputs. You have your gear in and out. You have your rudder in and out, which is basically your steering in and out. And then you have your output to your servo. This side, you have your brake left and right output. And you have a external power source. Power this with a 2S battery. Very easy. Aluminum housed, 2 screws. You go ahead and set it done. You place it in any orientation in the plane, but it has to be flat just like that, so it could be easy for the way that you have your leads coming off of this. It's very easy to hook up. You'll have your gear in going here and your gear out, just like a bypass like before. You have your rudder in and your rudder out, so your steering channel in and your steering channel back out, and this goes to your rudder. And this right here goes to your servo and your brake in. This one that says servo, that's what's going to your steering servo to the front. So if you have a separate steering channel on your transmitter, that's what would go in here. If you're going off of your rear rudder or your channel 4 pretty much, that's what would go in here and go out there, and this would go to your servo. And your brakes connect right into here. Too easy, right? Now let's go ahead and get this installed into a plane and go over the setup process.
Alright everybody, so we're back. We have the gyro, the Assan AG63 installed into our AF model L39. We have our transmitter right here. We have everything already set up for this model, so we have our gear channel and our brake channel, all that fun stuff. Now we have the Assan wired up exactly to the diagram. I'll inlay it here. So pay attention to where you're plugging stuff in. The instructions are pretty self-explanatory, and also on the Assan, it's labeled the in and the out. So next, we're going to power on our aircraft. And we're simply going to go ahead and we're going to drop our gear. Takes a little bit. Got to cycle it the first time when you turn on these AF models. And we got our gear down. And we're going to go ahead and turn our rudder. And we have no response in the front. Now what that means is the Assan gyro is a very simple gyro. Let me go ahead and turn off the plane first. Better safe than sorry. The Assan gyro, it's a very safe gyro. It's very simple. So it basically doesn't know what gear up and gear down is and what left or right is. So if you ever install these gyros and you run into one of these two issues, it can be either or both. One, you extend your gear and you have no response with your rudder and there's no gyro response. Or the gyro is correcting the wrong direction. So if you're pulling left, it's also going left, making it worse. That is going to be solved by this part right here in the manual. Now, basically, in a nutshell is we're going to teach this what our gear down is and what left is. And basically, to simplify it, it's going to be, we're going to have the model in the off position. And this is the start of it. We're going to have it in the off position and we're going to have the gear retracted. We're going to have our transmitter with the gear switch already reversed or whatever for our gear to be down in a certain way that we want. That's our starting position. So we're simply going to power on our plane, and within 1 minute we're going to do that process. We're going to lower our gear and we're going to do a left-right times 5 and hold left on a last sixth. So for example, it's going to be gear down, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and hold left. You're going to hold left until you see the lights start in a blink, and you're going to finish it off. It's going to let you know when you see the front tire twitch. That's going to go ahead and teach the Assan what gyro up is. Basically, when it's in up position, doesn't want you to turn the steering arm, nor does the gyro move when the plane is going. The gyro and steering control is only accessed when the gear is in the full down position. So let's get that process started. So let's get the plane in a starting position. So we're going to start this plane powered on, and we're going to get the gear up.
Telemetry recovered.
All right. Wait for the gear doors to close, and we'll power it off.
Telemetry lost.
Now, simply power on the plane, and within 1 minute, we're going to extend the gear. And we're going to start it with the rudder. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. The gyro is blinking. We'll let go. Lights are done. And as you can see, we have steering on the front. I turn the plane to the right, the wheel will turn to the left. And if I turn the plane to the left, it will turn to the right and return to normal. And that's how you install and set up the Assan AG63 Pro anti-slip brake gyro. Now for the last part, a part that's always overlooked and not very much well taught. How to go ahead and set up the brakes and the brake pressure, because the Assan AG63 has adjustable brakes. So again, have the channel set up on the radio for your brakes, and you most likely have it at -100 to +100. Now what that's going to go ahead and do is that's going to lock your brakes up, and it's going to give you a flat spot in your tire because it's going to basically skid. So to adjust that, we're going to get the plane ready to fly, have our wings, battery packs, and everything. We're going to set it on the ground. What you would do is you would lift up the front end and you would drag it across the ground. You'll notice that the brakes stay locked up and you're sliding on your tires. What you'll do is you'll slowly back off that endpoint adjustment or your travel, whichever you prefer to call it, and you will back it down until you notice when you drag it, it starts to break free, but the brakes are grabbing, but it's not grabbing enough to lock up your tires. That right there is the perfect amount of brake pressure, and you'll give your tires the longest life you could possibly do. Well, everybody, that's pretty much everything I got to give to you on this amazing product offered to you by Banana Hobby. Links down in the description. Noonz out.